All right, let's dive in. Today, we're taking the pulse of the Cardano blockchain. You know, in the wild world of crypto, it's so easy to just get lost staring at price charts. But the real story, the thing that actually matters, is what's being built on the ground. So we're going to jump on-chain into a full health check. And it all starts with one big question.
So, how do you do it? How do you actually measure the health of a huge decentralized network like Cardano? I mean, is it the transaction volume, the number of wallets, or is it something deeper?
Well, here's the thing. The real answer, and what this whole health check is about, is this. A truly healthy blockchain has a vibrant, growing, and super diverse ecosystem of apps being built right on top of it. That is the lifeblood of the entire network.
So let's kick off our checkup by looking at the financial layer. Specifically, this high-stakes race to become the #1 dapp, or decentralized application, on the entire network. This is where the big money and even bigger ambitions are colliding. And this quote right here, it just says it all. It's from a project called Surf. And wow, talk about putting your mission out there. It's not just about showing up, it's about winning. A goal that bold tells you everything you need to know about a team's confidence.
And believe me, this is not just talk. These are their milestones from just 1 month. They're growing their total value locked, they're making their tech 5 times faster, and this is huge. They proved they could handle the heat by staying fully online during a market crash. That is a serious sign of a healthy project.
But okay, that's the ambition. How do you actually get there? How do you convince people to deposit the massive amounts of capital you need to grab that #1 spot? You need more than a good platform. You need a killer value proposition.
And boom, here's their entire strategy in one simple chart. Standard Cardano staking gets you a pretty decent return, but Surf is offering a yield of over 7% on ADA deposits. That's not just a little better, that's over 300% higher. If you're holding a lot of ADA, a difference like that is just impossible to ignore.
Let's make this super real for a second. If you're a whale holding, say, 5 million ADA, the difference is just staggering. Your annual return jumps from around 125,000 ADA to nearly 400,000. So we're not talking about a small improvement here. This is an absolute game changer for anyone with serious capital.
And just to show there's still room for some personality in the high-stakes world of DeFi, get this, their CEO was apparently spotted just riding a horse on the beach. It's a fun little reminder that there are real, interesting people driving all this tech forward.
Okay, so a strong financial layer is absolutely vital. But a truly healthy ecosystem can't just be a one-trick pony. It has to be more than that. We need to see growth in other areas too. And that brings us to the next part of our health check, seeing how these apps are expanding way beyond pure finance.
And check this out, 2 perfect examples of that exact diversification. On one side, you've got Bodega Market, which is jumping headfirst into the world of sports and entertainment. And on the other, you have Snekbot, building some really sophisticated tools for serious traders. These projects are for totally different people, but they're both finding a home on Cardano. Now that is a sign of a healthy, diversifying ecosystem.
And Bodega isn't some far-off concept. It's live right now with real-world events. You can go on and place predictions on huge UFC fights on the opening week of the NBA season. This is exactly how you start to build that bridge between the crypto world and mainstream sports fans. At the same time, Snekbot, which is already a really popular trading tool on Telegram and Discord, isn't just sitting back. It's about to get, and this is a quote, 10x more advanced by adding in new, super complex trading strategies. This shows you a mature project that's all in on serving its most advanced users.
So we're seeing these ambitious DeFi projects, we're seeing all these different kinds of apps popping up, but where is all this innovation actually coming from? Well, it turns out there's a common thread connecting a lot of these new developments, a kind of engine that's powering the whole ecosystem's growth.
So what is that secret sauce? What's the mechanism that lets so many different ideas, from trading bots to prediction markets, actually get off the ground and get funded?
It's this thing called Project Catalyst, and you really got to understand this. Think of it like a massive, decentralized venture fund, but instead of a few guys in suits making decisions, the entire Cardano community, the actual ADA holders, get to vote on which projects get money from the network's treasury. It is a completely different way to build an ecosystem.
Remember Snekbot, that huge upgrade we were just talking about? Yep, that's being funded directly by the community through Project Catalyst.
And they are not alone. There's another project, Nucast, and get this,
They just had 5 of their proposals approved for funding in a single round. That is a massive vote of confidence from the community.
And we're not just talking about nimble little apps. Huge, ambitious infrastructure projects like Indianchain are also getting their start thanks to Catalyst funding. This just shows you the scale and the scope of what the community is willing to back.
And listen to this quote from Nucast, because it really captures the kind of forward-thinking projects Catalyst is making possible. We're talking about a future where creators, AI, and on-chain ownership all come together. These are the big, sophisticated ideas being built from the ground up, all with the community's blessing. Okay, we have looked at the financial layer, the diversification of apps, and the incredible funding engine behind it all. So let's wrap this up. Let's get to our final takeaway. What is the pulse of the Cardano ecosystem right now? The health check looks strong. I mean, really strong on 3 key fronts. First, its DeFi layer is super ambitious and it's creating real, compelling reasons for big money to flow in. Second, the ecosystem is blowing up beyond just finance into sports, tools, and who knows what else. And third, and this might be the most important part, its growth is being fueled by this unique community-driven engine that actually empowers the builders.
And that leaves us with this one final, really powerful idea. When the community itself is in the driver's seat, holding the keys to the treasury, deciding what gets built, it just opens up a whole world of possibilities. It's a bold experiment in decentralized innovation. And the real question isn't just about what's being built right now, it's what on earth will they decide to build next?